What up everybody, it's Fabio here, and we finally got our sprockets from the Jack Shaft, and not because Princess Auto delivered them, because I ordered a set of these sprockets on October 21st, they're still not here. I actually drove 5 hours to buy metal. I bought a set of gears while I was down there, so now we have them, now we can finish our build. And in the amount of time we were waiting for those gears, I actually built this thing in the previous video. So if you haven't watched that one, go check that one out, it's awesome. You know what, I don't even know how much coolant this thing takes, but we're about to find out. So I decided I'm gonna put the brake disc on this side over here. We're gonna move this sprocket to this side over here because the chain up front is actually on the left side. So we'll put the two jack shaft gears on the left side over here, and then we won't interfere with the little fuel pump sump right there on this side because nothing has to be run to the front for the brake disc. And just like that, we've got a brake bracket. Not anything special, but definitely will stop us better than what we were stopping before because it didn't stop at all. Every time I do brakes, I feel like I underbuild them. So let's not break that trend now and just keep underbuilt brakes. Man, I'm hungry. But with my busy schedule, HelloFresh makes it super easy to get a good meal. And with chef-crafted recipes and pre-portioned ingredients shipped right to your door, you can spend less time meal prepping and more time doing what you love. With over 35 weekly recipes and the ability to swap proteins or sides, you'll be able to satisfy everyone, including the picky eater. I know you're not talking about me. Hungry now? HelloFresh's quick and easy options like 20-minute meals or easy cleanup recipes allows you more time eating, less time cooking and cleaning. Not to mention it's cheaper than grocery shopping and it's 25% less expensive than takeout. And I personally have been counting calories to get into shape. I love how each meal comes individually packaged with the calories on the label. You just pull the meal out that you want to prepare, refer to the super simple directions on the supply directions card, and boom, you've got yourself a real quality meal you can feel good about eating. So let's throw away those TV dinners and let's get us some real food. Go to HelloFresh.com and use code BoostedLifestyle60, all capitals, at checkout to get 60% off and free shipping. Once again, that's HelloFresh.com. Use code word BoostedLifestyle60, all capitals, to get 60% off plus free shipping. Your boy's eating good, but it's time to get back to work. Anyways, moving on, we have a shifter that goes in here. The linkage goes down through this part right here. There's a rod that goes from here all the way to the front to where this little piece is. Before, the shifter was just hanging on with a bolt and it was kind of wiggly back and forth. What we're gonna do is we're gonna weld a little plate right here so we can bridge that bolt, and that way there's no like side to side slop in our shifter anymore. Two gears welded. We're gonna quickly pull the rear axle out of this so we can move the sprocket from this side of the brake onto that side of the brake. All right, I gotta get underneath. So I'm gonna hold the flashlight while Dad does the big squares. It's so loose. The chains are really loose, so I'm gonna have to add some tensioners after. They landed on the half link, so I had to add an extra half link, so they're actually really loose. But we put it in gear. I forget what way is up and down. There you go. It should turn the rear wheels. There's no spark plug in it right now, that's why I turned over really easy. Well, it's already running better than last time. Anyways, let's get our radiator back in, brake system set up, and we'll figure this out later. For whatever reason, it doesn't want to run correctly. We had it running good on the dyno, and I'm not sure if it just needs to get up to temperature because we only tuned it at one temperature on the dyno, or if there's something else going on. So I'm gonna tinker with it here for a little bit. If I have to, I'll grab my laptop and we'll hook up the Megasport Studio stuff. It sounds like it's way out of time. I can never make things simple for myself. If we would have just put a 660 Raptor engine in here, it would have been just as cool without the turbo, I think. Maybe. At least it would have worked easily, because then you just put carburetors on it and it's just carburetors and the way it came from the factory. But we had to go EFI it. This is actually the plug-in for the EFI. It's a friggin' headphone cable. That's how fancy this EFI is. Like, that's the data passage through thing. I think this is our issue on why it won't run. This battery is pretty foobarred, and it keeps like cutting in and out, like that. And I think that's why it's cutting off. That should work better. I just connected it to a battery on the floor, and now we have consistent running. So let's move the laptop for now, and let's just try it like this. Whatever it is, it's in this round clamp right here. Okay, so it runs perfect on a 12-volt battery system. We just need this battery to hold the charge, and then we'll be able to drive it for sure. Because right now it's just hooked up to that big battery on the floor. And if I could mount that big battery somewhere, I would, but I can't, so I won't. Well, nothing like another $100 battery. We're already a couple $1,000s into this build, so what's another $100? Who cares? This one's bigger, so hopefully it will hold more juice. Brand new battery. Huh, not a good sign. Missed a ground wire. Brand new battery, take 2. Chains fell off already. I'm gonna need some tensioners, boys. So all I did for now is put these 2 thread rods through the chassis here, and all it does is sits on the bottom side of the chain and just like takes the slack out of it, because the chain was resting on these pipes on the bottom. So now it's resting on just this threaded rod. I am gonna try and think of a better solution, but right now if I can get a roller to sit on top of this, that would be perfect. All right, let's just see if it'll work. I just wanna be able to take it outside. Oh no! At least we know our chain tensioners kind of work. One of my injector clips actually came loose, so it was only running on one fuel injector, so I wouldn't stay running. And this has happened to me before. That's why we put zip ties on them. I just forgot to put the zip ties back on. I can tell you already that this gear ratio 100 times better than the gear ratio that was on there before. First gear is actually usable in this thing, and then first to second, it felt pretty good. It literally snowed so much yesterday, you can't even see our marks from where we drove the lawnmower yesterday. It's also minus 15 degrees Celsius right now in Canada. You probably don't know how cold that is because you probably never experienced it, but it's pretty cold. In the meantime, I did find something fun in the micro squirt. There is a launch control setup. So let's see if we can put a two-step in this thing, maybe make some flames. We can activate it by hooking up our flex fuel wire here somewhere. Whatever one is labeled flex, and I don't know if it goes to power or to ground, but we'll find out real quick because I can just attach it to the battery. All right, let's adjust that just a little bit higher. Let's go like 4,300 with like a, I don't know, 100 soft limit. Wow! We've gone this far. Might as well see if it drives through the alley. You jerk. Push you back home like a go-kart again. Nothing looks like it fell off. The fuel pump kicks in, right? There's no fuel pump. Oh. Oh, I see a spade that fell off down there. I guess with all this vibration, these spades aren't exactly happy. Pushing my shopping cart home again. It's really unfortunate it doesn't like the cold because it actually drifts quite nice. So what else could have fallen off then? The brakes don't work like in the slightest. They're way too small. Oh, it's so cold out, man. Like, look at my breath, man. It's just like, it's freezing. But it seems like once we got some temperature into the quad, it actually wanted to drive a little bit, which is great news, but any faster, I'm basically gonna kill myself because there's no brakes in this thing. I need an upgrade for this single rotor, single caliper thing, but I don't want to spend a fortune. So somebody tell me below what is gonna be a good upgrade for that thing. We've also got a small caliper up here. I don't know if that's half of the issue. Doesn't seem to have much throw in it, but like sitting here in the garage, if I push down on the brake pedal, it doesn't, it still spins. So yeah, we definitely gonna need an upgrade for the brake system. We got through 3 gears on one pole there, so first, second, third. It's spinning the whole time, but it actually felt like it was hooking up, which was weird because slicks on snow, you wouldn't think it would get any traction at all, but because you're sitting on the rear axle, there's definitely a little bit of traction, and it doesn't weigh a ton. Like, I can lift both ends of it. If you enjoyed our turbo mower build, make sure to like the video. Also go check out the F1 cart build. This thing definitely doesn't deserve to have a 420cc engine on the back. Possibly modify it, possibly supercharge it. Now it's obviously winter time. I did pick up $2,000 worth of metal over here, so we're gonna build some stuff during the winter because we're gonna be cozied in here all winter. The triple turbo all-wheel drive Civic's gonna be built as well. I love you guys. Peace easy. Get that V.